Hi, greetings and welcome fellow YouTubers out there. We've had a bit of an eventful week this week. Firstly, apologise for not getting this out on Friday, but I'm trying to get it out today on Saturday. It's just that, as I said, we've been really quite busy and I haven't been able to get things up properly. Well, when I say that, I mean I normally do this filming on Thursday, but because I was sorting out the 360 video for the lightsaber duel and music video, I didn't have time to do the actual video footage on that day. And when I tried to do it on Friday, it's just kind of didn't work out. I wasn't too happy with the video footage that I did on that. So I rested for the rest of that day, and I'm recording it now on Saturday. So the Friday the Friday weekly update is being done today on Saturday. Now I have made a couple of notes of what I needed to be talking about to hopefully guide me through everything that's going on in the world at the moment. Now first up is the Skyrim challenge, the 24-hour Skyrim challenge. If some of you guys didn't know, I set myself up a 24-hour Skyrim challenge. I've even pushed this off to the Guinness World of Records because, as far as I'm aware, no one has ever stayed in VR for more than, say, 15 hours, I think, and that was on some of the older games, like Resident Evil has been like the longest running game. Now Skyrim has come out with a full immersion world that you can stay in there for, well, up to like 100 hours before you to complete the entire game. So I set myself a little challenge, and I pushed this off to the Guinness World Records last week that I'm going to be doing this. Thing is, they will get back to me in about 12 weeks time, so that'll be sometime next year after I've already done the challenge. So I'm trying to get as much video support or evidence ready for them for when they get back to me. I did the Skyrim challenge on Tuesday, starting around about just before 9 o'clock, say 8:30, 8:45, somewhere around that time. And I carried on all through midnight up to about 10 o'clock the next day. So I did more than just the 24 hours, I did 25 and a half. Well, because I was in the middle of a quest, and you know how it is, you can't leave a quest unfinished, you've got to finish it. You got to get out that dragon. You got to get out of that dungeon. You got to kill that dragon that's attacking you. You just can't stop in the middle of a fight and say, right, no, 24 hours done. Let's finish it up. You have to finish it up. And despite the fact that it took another 1.5 hours, was neither here nor there. We did have a few problems. At midnight. BT, wonderful people, decided to cut my phone line. Well, not just my phone line, they cut my broadband and internet and everything. It just stopped dead. No! Can't! Why did they do this? I mean, I spent like some time on the phones to them trying to find out what the heck is going on. And it looked like they couldn't even find my account. The account number that I gave to them. I said, oh, sorry, you're not a customer with us. I said, yes, I am. Yes, I bloody well am. My bill statements and the fact that I've been using the phone for some time tells me that I'm one of your customers. So what's going on? And they said, oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, click the button and it went back. I think one of my subscribers hit the nail right on the head. They probably said that it was a I think they said although you've got unlimited data, it's probably fair use policy. Yeah, that is the one thing that I really hate. It's the BS that these companies come out with. Fair use policy. If we got unlimited data, putting a fair use policy to that means that it's not unlimited. If I want to use like 20, 30, 500, 200 gigabytes, a terabyte of download, I should be entitled to have access to that download. Not, oh, you can download until we say you can't download anymore because that's fair use. No, it doesn't work. Or not fair use. That's something else. I mean, acceptable usage. Acceptable usage. Oh, I mean, I sympathise on the grounds that they probably don't want this is a personal account, not a business account, and they don't want companies exploiting the little loophole they can get information's data to put hundreds or maybe even thousands of users on their phone lines, or on their tying up broadband just so that they can run a business. But no, I mean, I can tell. Even though I can understand they don't want to use that sort of loophole, it doesn't really work onto the extent that one person spending an afternoon watching entertainment for like YouTube or Netflix and such, just downloading videos in one afternoon, they will spend more money, sorry, it's more data, not more money, more data than, let's say, 100 or even 1,000 people will spend sending and receiving text-only emails in the course of a week. So yeah, how can you really justify those lines? How can you, what systems could you put into place to stop those from happening? But hey ho, it did happen. Yeah, that's why I got disconnected at midnight, because I probably more or less broke their reasonable or acceptable or fair use policy or whatever they call it. But yeah, because I did that, YouTube had a problem with the actual video. It looked like they only managed to film half of what I did that day. I mean, they only filmed like 7 hours and so many minutes of the first part. Before that, was it 11:15? Yeah, actually I think they only filmed like 11:15, whatever it was only half of the amount of time that I would have gotten up on it. So I don't know if either because it's happened before in time, where they've like cut off the beginning because of a stream, because the stream's going on for so long and you just disconnected. So they cut off the beginning, and over time they've sort of re-added it on and stitched it together, and you got your full film out there. Hopefully that will happen, but at the moment it looks like they've only just got the beginning start of the first day. However, on the positive note, they did manage to get the finalise of it, the finishing up, the last 7.5 hours. I think it was 7.5, am I sure? I think it is like 7.5 hours. But yeah, the first one was only, not saying, 11 hours and 55 minutes is all they got off the first one. But of the second one, they got from the complete 7 hours and 13 minutes, and that was when I got back on from being cut off, all the way through to finishing up at the end of 25.5 hours. So yeah, at least I got the start and I got the end, but the middle seems to be missing in YouTube at the moment. I did actually capture it on my Elgato, because I had my laptop next to me filming me, so I can have like a picture-in-picture effect. But the reason, I mean, yeah, I do have the ability to do picture-in-picture, but the only reason I haven't been doing it with a lot of my videos so far is that I've been finding the Elgato on my laptop extremely unreliable. I mean, I'm talking about glitches, I'm talking about the camera pausing up, I'm talking about it like just freezing whilst you're getting audio in the background or no audio and working in the background. It just messes up constantly, and it's just been so unreliable that I've not relied on it, basically. Yeah, sorry about that, little bit blue extra. So when I've recorded it, I did manage to record the entire 25.5 hours, and it's taken up 250 odd gigabytes of hard drive space. Now I was surprised I actually managed to get that all on there. 250 gigabytes. Wow. Luckily I managed to free up my hard drive space before I started recording, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten all of that. But now I'm trying to export it out to an MP3 file, and that's where we're having problems. Each time that I try to export it, it takes literally like 12 hours, or pretty much the majority of the day to export it, and then it only exports like 1.5 minutes, or 1 minute and 50 seconds. There's a lot of halves in here. A lot of halves make a whole, but there's only just like a very small tiny bit. Why does it take 12 hours just to do 1 minute's worth of export? And what's going wrong with this? There's something that I am missing here. But once I've actually managed to get that export, I will upload that to my YouTube channel, hopefully this upcoming Thursday. Glitches and all, so you will be able to see it picture in picture. But as I said, it is very glitchy, it is very poor quality, so I do apologise that in advance. Well, what's the next thing that was on the agenda? Problems on the ghetto. What I completed in the 24 hours whilst I was in Skyrim for the 24 hours. Say I killed a couple of dragons. Well, I mean, I don't like killing dragons. I mean, I don't see that as a treatment. I like dragons, so I think that's a little bit of a bad fact that I have to go around killing dragons in this. But hey ho, that's a game, and it's a game that I quite enjoyed. So does that make me a hypocrite? Maybe. I managed to buy my get up enough money to buy Breeze Home, and also fully decorate it. So that took quite a few hours to get up enough, money to buy that, and completely deck it out with everything. I stopped myself turning into a vampire. Now this is one little hint that some people that I've seen playing out there don't really know. If you come up against vampires and they use a certain spell on you that drains your life force, you get infected with the vampiric. I can't remember what it's called. Stitches. But if you go to effects, if you open up your menu, go to magic and go down to active effects, you can see this effect in place, in operation. It'll be a big red one that says that one, yes. And it will tell you that the roles that when the sun's up, you'll have reduced power, but when the sun goes down, you'll have extra strength, or so on. If you see this, if that is ever in there, you've got 3 days to get rid of it. Sleeping does not get rid of it. It only reduces the amount of time you have left to try and fix it. Although I used to know that we did like an all antidote type cure for it that might be able to get rid of it, but the best way to get rid of it is to travel to Whiterun, or the main city, and go to the Talos Shrine. You know, the one in the circle. You know, where you got your home, your Breeze Home. In the centre of town, you've got this massive tree. And right next to the tree is a person shouting, "I love you, everyone, all praise Almighty Talos." And there's like a nice Talos shrine behind him. If you pray on the Talos shrine, it will wipe out all of the bad effects, including that one. And that will stop you from turning into a vampire. So that helps you if you got if you ever get that. What else did I stop myself turning from? I managed to get to level 19. Now I got to level 19 not through combat, because although that is kind of how I roll, I mainly focus on magic and destructive conjuration, restoration. I didn't get a lot of fighting spells and experience and skill points. I put all my effort into non-combat related tasks such as smithing, alchemy, enchantments. Those 3, I really worked hard on those. Now the reason I worked hard on these is because I am focusing myself on getting my OP armor. Now my OP armor is basically what it says. It's an overpowered armor. It really ups the it is one of the most impressive things you can possibly have in there, and I invented it. And I mean that. I say I invented it because I thought of it, I conceived it, and I told other people about it. I did not get this idea from anyone else. I figured this out, how to create an OP armor. Now the OP armor, I'm going to have to read this because this, to actually get the OP armor, it is quite a hard feat to get. To get the OP armor, I'm just going to read out my description because I wrote down the description of the OP armor before I come here. Describe OP armor. The OP armor needs level 100 of smithing, alchemy and enchanting. Potions to boot smithing and enchanting beyond their limit, even alchemy as well to make better boosting potions. Dragonbone armor or even Daedric armor, whatever one that you prefer. I mean, I kind of prefer the Daedric armor. I think the Daedric armor looks cool, but I think the Dragon armor might give you that little bit extra protection. Or was it the other way around? I haven't gotten there yet on this one. Dragonbone armor upgraded to beyond legendary status, because that's when you get 100 smithing, you can upgrade armor and weapons to legendary status. However, when you've got your boosting effect, you can push this to almost twice as much. Well, I'm not going to say that twice as much because as I said, it's been a long time since I made this and I haven't been able to make it on VR, on the VR game yet. But it will, using the boosting potions, it will push it beyond what it was originally had for armor value. Potions beyond legendary status, and then enchant with double enchantments to protect against magic for 100% plus defense against magic. Now what I mean is by double enchantment, if you get 100 level enchanting, I think one of the top tiers is you can replace 2 enchantments onto one piece of item. Now if you place when you can mix and match these up, you can get enough spell enchantments on your armor to stop any form of magic from touching you. And when I mean any form of magic, I mean anything like fire, ice, poison, even dragon's breath. I mean, dragons will not be able to harm you when you're in this. I mean, you can walk around and they'll breathe fire until they turn blue in the face, and they will not be able to touch you. You will be invulnerable to almost any form of attack that's out there, whether it be dragon, trap or anything, because of the high armor level and the 100% magic enchantment. But that was on the original Skyrim. Now this is a little disclaimer. I haven't been able to make this yet on the current Skyrim, on the current VR Skyrim, but I'm going to, and we'll find out then if it's transferred over so we could use that on the current Skyrim. So, because they might say that, well, flame from dragons isn't magic, it's fire, and fire is something different. But on the original one, fire was considered magic, and magic is defended against. What have we got? Oh yeah, and you can pick up a maximum of enchantment whilst you're mixing and matching all the armor. So not only will you get 100% defense against magic, the armor value will protect you against anything physical. You can also, you'll have enough room left over on enchantments to give you 100% spell free of any discipline you like. So if you want like destruction, restoration, conjuration, if you equip the right items that's got the right enchantments, then you won't ever have the cost of the magic. You just need the original amount of magic. So if something costs 100 magic points, mana points, as long as you've got that 100 mana points, you can cast that spell indefinitely, because it won't use up any mana. You just need to have that mana to be able to cast it. So if you've got like this, if you've got the destruction equipment, then you can start throwing top level, master level fireballs to your heart's content and never ever run out of mana. Or restoration, you can constantly heal everything. Or conjuration, Yeah. So that's why I suggest you can make a couple of sets of these. There's only key items, I think. Now I have to try, because I'm trying to remember this from when I did it. I think one of them might be a ring that you can enchant for this, and the other one might be a helmet. So those two items will be neat. So don't quote me on that. I will have to get back to you when I figure it out again for this VR section. But once you've gotten that, yeah, it's a good idea to make a couple of sets so that you've got one for each score that you want to use. So like maybe one for restoration as well as one for destruction and one for conjuring. That way you can fire fireballs to your heart's content, but as soon as you feel threatened by anything at all, if anything can penetrate your armor, then you can quickly flip over to the restoration armor and heal yourself. What else have we got? It's up this way as long as you're not running out. If I was given enough time, I could have probably made that but I ran out of time to do it. So I might do a little series when I get enough time, because I mean next week I've got other things I've got planned. But if I get, or maybe the week after, I will do like a little series of just focusing on making that OP outfit. And I will have to try and get myself up to a certain level first. And just do a series of saying, right, for this outfit I need this, 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 this and this. And that is going to be the sole focus on like an entire series. But yeah, if I do that, I won't be able to be doing anything else because I would be focusing on that. It will take a long time to do. So maybe something I'll do on the weekends. Who knows? We'll see. How I felt afterwards. Now I'm going to kind of read this statement out because, because I wanted to make sure I got this right. How I felt afterwards. It was like I was floating in the air and I needed to teach myself how to walk. I went straight to sleep, and when I woke up in the dark of night, I went to the shops to get supplies. It was then that I saw light for the first time, and it seemed kind of surreal. I was used to the artificial light in Skyrim. Seeing the lights in the shops and cars as they went by seemed oddly solid. Yeah, it was kind of... When I took the helmet off and I thought, right, that's it, it's done, I could feel like my shoulders were tingling, and it was a challenge to try and figure out how to walk again. So I think, these things, they're not controllers, they're feet. Yeah, now feet, I do something with feet. Yeah, one in front of the other. Oh, yep, I think we got it, yes. In that direction, sleep. But it seemed really quite surreal when I got out. And when I woke up, as I said, I was thirsty and hungry, and I wanted to go down to the shops to get some milk. And I got a sort of mixed sense of surrealism and a little bit of euphoria as I was like taking in the different shapes and colours and the solidity of the world that was around me. It seemed totally different from being immersed in that Skyrim world for that time. I mean, it could have been that I was so used to the Skyrim world that I had to readapt to the current world, or it could have just been sleep deprivation just taking its toll on me. I don't know. You guys can figure that. Would I do this? Could I do this again? Yes, I would. Skyrim is such a great game to play. You can lose all track of time, and it's a game that can be played for hundreds of hours and more so. The only problem is the real world. Things like jobs, sleeping and eating. You know, the general stuff that makes us mere mortals have to deal with in everyday life and get on with it. If it wasn't for the fact that I had to get some sleep before going back to work, I would have happily tried for 48 hours. Yes, could I have done this again? As I just said in there, it was kind of easy to do this because, as I said, Skyrim was such a great game to get into. You can just get totally lost in there, lose all track of time, and I was quite willing to go on and do another 24 hours and make a total of 48 hours out of this. And I think I could have done that as well easily. But as I said, I needed to go to work in about a day or so time. So I took the regional route out and said, look, I need to get some sleep before I go to work. So I spent like the next day sleeping and then went to work. But I mean, if I had like a long break, like give me like 2 weeks holidays, not just a couple of days off, but give me a full like 2 weeks or a month, I'm sure that I could spend a heck of a lot of time on there and just like day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, getting with no sleep. Because I mean, the longest time I've ever spent playing a computer game, I think, is about somewhere between 52 and 58 hours. And that was because I can't remember what game, I think it was EverQuest or maybe World of Warcraft or something like that. But I mean, I came home Friday night and I was alone for the entire weekend, so I played constantly until I noticed like the sun go up, sun go down, sun go up, sun go down, but I just kept playing. And I thought, my alarm went off, and I thought, oh, what time is it? Monday morning, I got to go to work. So after spending all that time playing the computer games, I had to go straight to work. But yeah, that was in my youth, when I was much younger. I don't know if I can do that again now, as much as I would like to try to, but I put more responsibility on trying to keep myself active and healthy for my work life. Because when I'm out there in front of my manager, in front of the customers, I need to be alert and active and not half asleep like I was when I'm on the call centres. Mind you, that will explain the attitude of a lot of people on the call centres. No disrespect to any guys here in England on the call centres. Yes, you heard that right. That was another gripe. I lost so many jobs whilst I was on the call centre to guys in India because they was cheaper. But that was me getting made redundant. So I actually find that quite funny. It's like, oi, they're coming over here taking our jobs. I'm thinking, no, they don't need to come over here. They took our jobs whilst I was out there in India. But as I said, that's another gripe. Would I on? Let's see again. Would I happily try? Oi, sorry, messed up. Okay, right. Enough Skyrim talk. We're finished on that. The next thing that's on the agenda is something that I hope wouldn't come up. Net neutrality is under attack again. Now, I don't know if you guys know what I mean when I say net neutrality. It's something that showed up a couple of years ago, I think around about 2014. Massive companies, I think, I'm going to have to try and see if I can get my research on this again because I might have forgotten most of the information. But massive companies like the FCC wanted to privatise the internet, and the government was all for this. The government originally left us to look after our own ideals, but in 2014 they will try to turn that around, say, look, you're not looking after your own ideals, let us look after it for you. Now that might not sound bad in itself, But the problem with that is that when the internet gets corporized by governments, when the government will corporize the internet, you will start losing what it is that we have currently now. Imagine an internet that you can't watch YouTube because you didn't pay the right package. Or imagine that, let's say, Netflix was having their bandwidth throttled because of some imaginary tax the government came up they didn't pay. We would lose what it is to have the internet as we currently know it, and it will be a sham, something that the corporations would take over, privatize and monetize for whatever greedy purpose they want. Let's not make this happen. Let's fight this. Let's make sure that we fight against the corporatization or the privatization of the internet. Keep net neutrality alive. We need this. And other things. Either way, just so you guys know, I'll put a link down in the. I'll do a little bit of research whilst I'm uploading this, and I'll put a couple of links down in the description so that, as I say, don't take my word for what this is. If you research yourself net neutrality, you'll find out that what I'm talking about. Look up net neutrality and realise why we need to fight to keep it alive. And I'll put a couple of links down into the description to help you guys look for this. Also, okay, another thing that we had was when I tried to do this filming on Thursday for Friday, it went quite bad, so I had to scrap it. But in that film footage, we had my missus did an unboxing. She got a Geekbox. I think it was called Geekbox. So I wanted to put that video up here, just a little bit of unboxing from my missus. So over to you, my missus. On another note, outside of Skyrim, we seem to have a little present that was delivered to us. What have we got that was delivered to us?
Well, while I was at the MCM Comic Con, one of the things that I did was I haven't exactly subscribed. I think I still need to actually do the whole subscription bit, but I agreed for a trial.
Oh, okay, trial
this month. And basically, I bought another mystery box.
Ooh, what mystery box is this?
This one.
I must point out at this time we are not affiliated, and this is not a sponsorship. We just happen to get it. What is
The
it?
World of Wizards version of the Geekbox.
Ooh, World of Wizards Geekbox. Is it Geekbox or is it Lucre or?
It's Geekbox.
It's Geekbox. Oh yeah.
Geek Gear.
Oh, it's got it right here. Got it right here. Geek Gear. So we don't know what's in here. Do you want to do the honours? Hold it up to the camera so the camera can see. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let me go behind the camera. Whoops. Hey, here. You take the seat. Here we go. Here you go. So what have we got? What's the first thing that's opening up? Sticky tape. Yay! We have enough. Never have enough sticky tape. Oh.
Gift wrapped.
Hey. Probably for Christmas. Is this for Christmas or is this not? No.
Yeah, this is meant to be November and December's, I think he mentioned.
So it does it for like 2 months?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks very Christmassy. Is that a South Park?
No.
Oh, it's Dobby! Dobby!
Well, I haven't got a Christmas jumper, I've got a Christmas t-shirt.
And what is he holding in his hand?
It's a Christmas stocking.
It's a sock!
Oh, yeah.
We gave him a sock! Of course, what else you got? Nice woolly hat with You're a Wizard logo on the front. I think... Oh, it's a Dobby. Is it? Sorry, not a Dobby.
It's Dobby again. It's a keyring.
Is it Dobby or is it another house elf? That was the word I was looking for.
I think it's meant to be Dobby.
Okay.
Ooh. Wonder what's in here.
Hopefully not more shoelaces. Is that a belt buckle? Or a brooch?
It's a brooch.
Okay.
I think this is meant to be from where?
Now hold it up. That's the opposite.
I'm trying to read the inscription. Apparently this is man's greatest treasure. I think that's from Fantastic Beasts, but I'm not 100% sure.
Man's greatest treasure. Oh, the light was like shining on it. Okay.
Anyone for a wizard chest?
Oh, what? Okay. What would you say that is?
That is king, I think.
Hold it up. I'd say that looks more of a knight.
No, it's king, because remember when when Ron announces checkmate,
The king's sword.
King's
yeah,
sword
the
goes
sword.
pling straight on the floor.
Falls off. Yeah, I remember that one. That was for, yeah. Yeah, do you want to take that?
Oh, bit of advertisement. Apparently their December box contains a mystery wand.
Ooh, we've got a couple of ones then.
Is that temptation enough for me to get December's one? What's this? Is this meant to say... Oh, it's complete description on what I get.
Alright.
Next month's box hint. Oh, it's Fantastic Beast.
Hey, I know you like Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah. Right, and some prizes as well. I was right. So we've got the Wizard's chess piece figure. King. Licensed Dobby rubber keychain.
Okay.
The Wizarding beanie.
With the hat. That's a
Christmas house elf t-shirt. And the house diadem brooch. Enhance your wisdom with this diadem brooch.
Oh, it's diadem.
Wit beyond measure. Wit beyond measure is man's greatest
treasure. I think is it pronounced diadem? It's
Probably diadem. D-I-A-D-E-M.
Yeah, I never actually saw it in the film. I only read it in the book, and I didn't know what it looked like. I always thought it was some sort of, like headpiece or crown.
Some Christmas cards.
Oh, yay!
And last but not least, this is like fiery. This is nice. maybe I should have done
red and yellow. Let's see if I can do something in post. Ooh, what's that? Big Christmas card. Okay.
I'm going to need to borrow the book again. I think it might be
Okay.
Licensed Hogwarts House print. This month's print is a colourful version of your Hogwarts house crest.
Well, that's definitely you. You said you was a Hufflepuff, didn't you?
I am a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I'm a Ravenclaw myself.
Oh. I quite like what I've got. But is it temptation?
Oops.
Careful.
Yeah, sorry.
But is it temptation enough for me to get December's edition?
I don't know. Well, as you said, December's edition is the Fantastic Beasts and Mystery Wands.
£19.99 though, every month.
Is it still on your trial? There we go.
What do you think? Comment. Do you think I should give it another shot?
Should we go for the next issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm tempted, but
Cool. Can I sit down?
sorry.
There. I didn't actually know that was a wizard bundle. So I think I wore the right T-shirt this time.
How was that? Sorry, that was just a little. That was just from when we did the filming last time. But as I said, most of that video footage had to be scrapped because I think I messed up big time on that. Also, what have we got? Stores. Yes, it's Black Friday. A lot of people have been waiting for Black Friday. So let's have a little look at what we've got here on the system. I'm just currently looking up on the menu at the moment, and I see that we've got a couple of deals. Say that Gran Turismo Sport is up there. I mean, we've got Tekken 7. Gran Turismo is going for like $24.99, same as Tekken 7. But they've also got a deluxe edition for Tekken 7, which is $41.99. That doesn't really sound much like a good deal. We've got Batman Arkham VR. To be honest, I'm surprised that's not on the PlayStation 3 offer at the moment, because that's an old one. I Expect You to Die is a good one though. I certainly recommend that I Expect You to Die. I can't see its price at the moment because I've got it on because I've already purchased it. But if you haven't got it, now is a good time to get Expect You to Die. Same thing goes with Battlezone and Star Trek Bridge Crew. Those are both up on there for. So if you want to get that, help yourself. Eagle's Flight is another one. A lot of people did like it. I mean, I was a bit meh on it, but if you like that if you like that game, if you like the idea of that game of taking flight as an eagle and flying around the it's not really post-apocalypse. What's the alternative to animal takeover rather than the destruction of the world? It's post-apocalyptic time. So yeah, if you want to take a look at that, it's now on offer on the Black Friday store on PSVR, as well as Werewolves Within. Now, Werewolves Within is an awesome game, but the only problem is that it's an internet game that doesn't have many people on it. If you want to buy it now, I'm sure, I definitely recommend getting Werewolves Within, because it is an awesome game once you get into it, and once you find enough people to play it with. That's the Black Friday. That's the Black Friday deals. Let's turn that off. So there we go. That's better. Coming up to the last thing, up and coming for next week. So what I'm going to be doing next week, we've got a few things that we've downloaded. We have got Rec Room that's finally come to the British store, the UK store. So I'm looking forward to giving that a good old try. A lot of people have got good news, have got good reviews about it, but it's only been in America, and now they've just made it free, and it's now in the UK store. So not only it's free, but we've got it here in the UK as well. So if anyone wants to download that, I recommend getting that as quickly as possible. And next week I'm going to be looking into that. We've also got the what is this? It's called League of War. It's supposed to be a head-to-head. Now, if I can get some time with my missus to be playing with this, we will be doing a little head-to-head together. And finally, the last one was Discovery. I haven't actually downloaded that yet. I was hoping to see if it will come up on a deal on Black Friday. Unfortunately, I haven't seen it. But I'm still going to download it because I want to give a PSVR version of Minecraft a try and try and see if we can create some decent stuff. I mean, when I was in Minecraft before, I did manage to make quite a few decent castles. I want to see what I can do here. I'm kind of looking forward to that. So that's the event. That's a roundup for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as you've enjoyed... Well, that was wrong. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed creating this. Please, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys out there. Where's that button? Sorry, one last thing before I go, sort of a PS, as you can say. As I said before, one of the things that I spent on Thursday trying to create an update was my lightsaber 360 gaming experience. Now, whilst I was at the Sci-Fi London gaming experience on the 3rd to the 5th of November, there was one person down there that was putting on a great lightsaber show. So in the dark, in the light, it was fine. It was dueling people, and I put my 360 camera right in the centre of that, so they can like do all around. But there was no real audio to that. But later on that day, we had a musician come in and do a live artistic performance, and she was like singing, and it was gorgeous, but there wasn't much in the way of visual, because when she did her songs, when she did her little concert there in our hallway, all the lights were turned out and you couldn't really see much apart from her lit up and one or two bits of the stage. So I thought, well, if I can't really use that video because there's nothing you can see but can hear, and I can't really use this video because it looks awesome, but you can't really hear anything. There's not much in the way of sound. Merge the two together. Yay! So I had a little fun time just putting those two together, adding her music to his fighting style and lightsaber show, and then I uploaded that 360 video for you on Thursday. So you can see that. I've also put another link to that down in the description, and I'll also pull it up here so that you can click on it and have a look at it out. If you're using this if you haven't got your VR, if you've got your PlayStation VR, you can download a VR YouTube, put your VR headset on, and give that a try. So have fun, enjoy it.